We've recently completed our first pallet build, which is a wood processing area where we're going to put our wood mulch and our wood chippings from when we do our prunings and other work around the farm. One of the things with the pallets is that they have gaps in between, so I need to come up with a solution to fill up those gaps and make sure none of the wood chips or mulch go through the gaps. So what I've decided to do is to use our canes. So we've chopped down a load of canes, loads and loads of canes from down by the river, and I've started processing them all, and I'm going to give it a go to make cane curtains, I'm calling them at the moment. So they're kind of like a screening that'll go in front of the pallets. We'll see how this goes. It's going to be a longer job than just buying something, but we really do believe in trying to use everything we can from the land. So the canes are available, they're free. All I've got to do is put a little bit of time in to make them into cane curtains. When I've seen these cane curtains in the shops, they seem to be just held together with wire. And depending on the height of the curtain or the screening, depends on how many wire connectors there are. Mine are only 120 centimetres, so that's quite short. So I'm going to go for 3 connections, top, middle and bottom. I'm generally quite good at craft and making things. So we'll see how this little project gets on. So I've got 3 sets of wire out just at the moment. I think I've probably made the wire too long to work with because I'm going to get in a tangle every 2 minutes. But yeah. Oh dear. I'm wearing my gloves because I know that wire can be a bit cutty sometimes. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this by hand or whether I'm going to need to use my pliers. I've brought my pliers with me. I suppose it's trying to get it tight round the bamboo to start off with. I'll try by hand first. Do a little twist. Let's try the next one. When I see these in the shops, most of the time they're half canes. Somebody's split the cane in half. I wonder if there's a reason for that, whether they're easier to attach together or not. Okay, there's 2 attached. Two twists seem to be holding them. Okay, 3 in, keep going.
A couple of little jobs I want to take care of this morning is to see if I can get some of the roots out of the giant cane with a mattock, because if they do come up easily, I think that with a bit of effort over a couple of weeks, I can really make a difference to the amount growing down here. And secondly, whilst the grass is still short, I want to try and see if I can collect some more stones off the sloping land, which will enable me to bring the tractor down and cut the grass with it, rather than using the strimmer next year. Let's see how I get on. So I've been going for about half an hour. I'm pretty pleased with progress. I've got quite a lot of root out. I know some of it will be deeper than my mattock will go, so I can't get at those, but this is a case of little by little we can just pick away at it and over time get rid of a lot of root. So it's definitely worth persevering with, apart from I can't do any more today, and that's because my mattock has snapped in half. I have used it for a lot of work though, so it's finally given up. I'll have to go off and buy another one when we go to the city tomorrow. So it's a change of job now. I'm going to have to go and start collecting some stones instead. So to help with later projects, I'm just piling the stone up at the moment, and when I come back round with the tractor, I'll sift through the stone and grade it. There's quite a bit which is going to be good for dry stone walling, and other bits then can just be used for infill here and there with jobs to come in the future. So it's just about trying to make the most of everything that we've got here, and there's certainly no shortage of stone when it comes to this farm.
I did the thing. That's great. You've been busy doing the milk round.
Yes, I've been watering the plants, having not been able to do it for a couple of days.
Brilliant. Right, should we get these off?
Yeah.
you going off to water the rest of them? We're going to do this now.
I don't mind.
Okay.
Shall I go and finish the watering?
Yep. And
Okay.
if you could leave the pallet back down there so I can collect more canes, that'd be great.
Right.
Plan this morning is to get these cane screens up against the pallets on this side, and that's to make sure that no bits when we're putting the mulch and the wood chippings in that's going to fall through the gaps. That looks quite good. I'm really pleased with that. Just got to attach everything now. So what I've done, hun, is we're a bit limited on the old ratchet ties, so I might have to get some more. I've done top and bottom there. I'm going to do top and bottom on the front,
Yeah.
and then one in the middle.
That'll hold it. Is that just for now until we get more? Is that what you're thinking about the ratchet ties? You're short of them, are you?
I wasn't. I don't know how many I've got, but I would imagine by the time I've got round the whole structure, we're going to need a lot more.
No problem.
But I'll probably pick them up from the Chinese shop.
How do you think it looks?
I'm really pleased with it.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Really pleased with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm chuffed to bits of it. I think it looks fantastic. One thing we might need to do is just nip the top off a couple of canes for when we're putting the cross braces in.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
But it looks good. That's still held pretty solidly. I agree with putting some more ratchet ties on it to keep
Yeah.
it nice and sturdy. But fantastic.
Yeah. I know I made them slightly too long. I quite like the fact it's come around the front bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Yay.
Okay.
Pleased with that. Right, I just need to measure what more I need now.
Okay.
But I think I'll go and load the rest of those canes onto that pallet, love, so that that's ready for you to pick up when it's done.
No problem.
Thank you.
I think it looks very nice.
Does, doesn't it?
Since the issues we suffered a couple of weeks ago with the burst water pipe main, things have progressed a little more down in the vegetable area and beyond too. So I thought I'd give you a quick little update. So our channel that we were having dug around the boundary of the land, well, that's complete. No more work to be done there, which is fantastic. And also further on from the vegetable area where the water would cross the old road, we've had quite a bit of extensive work done there, more than I was anticipating, but I definitely knew that the issue needed addressing because the water was just wrecking that area and it was only ever going to get worse. So we have had, so far, 6 more of those supersized concrete pipes laid, and we've had the final 4 delivered as well. So that should mean that Joao can come back over the next week or 2, pop those in, cover them with soil, make it all neat and tidy, finish it off, and that should mean then his work is complete. But also what he's done for us is dig out the ditches for the French drain. Now, we measured them last night, and in total that comes to 130 metres of ditch. We're now waiting on the materials to arrive to be able to complete that job. So the geotextile fabric, well, that's on its way. We've been told it's been posted. We've had some of the stone for the job delivered, and we're waiting for the remainder. The drainage pipes, the perforated drainage pipes, will come along with that too. And then we can crack on. We can get on with the job. Hopefully, we can do that next week rather than this week, purely because this week the temperatures have gone roaring back up into the mid to high 30s. A little bit too warm to probably do that type of work. The following week, we're back down into the mid 20s again, so that'll be much more comfortable. So there's still a few jobs I need to do before we can even consider filling in the French drains. I need to walk up the ditch in the vegetable area and cut back the roots that are showing, because they're only going to break through the fabric, and we don't want that because then that'll allow soil through, and eventually that'll become a problem. So I'll take care of that. And there's another area at the far end that I need to refill where Joao has dug out. And that's because the area I'm stood in at the moment is landlocked. We can't bring the tractor over because the ditch goes to all the boundaries around us. So if I fill in the final 2 meters again, that were dug out the other day, then I can bring the tractor across, and that means then I can bring the stone in the front loader, and we're in a much better place to be cracking on when the materials finally do arrive. Right, half hour, I'll have this ditch refilled. Filling in this hole has taken way longer than expected, so Miranda's come out to try and find where I'm at. But because of her hearing, because she's slightly deaf, I can hear her shouting at me and telling me what she's going to do before we get together and do some more work. But she's heading off in completely the wrong direction, and I'm shouting to her that she's not picking up where the direction's coming from, and she's just heading off further away. I'll see if I can get her attention back now. Miranda! Nope. Miranda! Disappeared. There we have it. I said half an hour, didn't I? It's been way longer. But I got my gap to get the tractor through. So when it comes to doing the French drains before long, that's going to be a massive help and make a huge difference. Whew. On to the next job. Now that the sun's come out, the first job I'm going to tackle is the roots which are growing out either side of the ditch, which is just going to pierce the fabric if I lay it with them still there. So I'll just walk my way down, cut them, lob them to the side. That's job done. Then I'm going to come back up to where the 3 points of the ditches, of our separate ditches, join, because now I'm in the ditch, I can see that it's a problem that needs resolving before we can commence laying anything. So, but I'll come back to that. Let's get this done first. So that's all the roots dealt with. Now it's on to the next job, which is clearing all the soil that's fallen back into the ditches since they were dug. As the soil's dried out, it's just naturally poured in, and in the ditch in front of me, there's a lot of soil that's gone back in. So it's going to come back out. I'm going to walk up it with my spade and get rid of it. Actually, before I do any of that, I'm going to work on the area here where the levels aren't right, where the 3 separate ditches join. It means that I'm not going to end up doing unnecessary digging out on the ditch which runs up that way. So half an hour here, get this sorted, and then I can move my way up. So I've sorted out my little corner section, didn't take me long at all. So now I'm looking straight up this ditch here, and I can see that it's dug down probably 4 inches or so too deep. So to get my level back, I think I've just got a short section where I just need to start throwing some infill back in, use my tamper to get it down nice and firm, and then I should have my level back there as well. And I'd much rather chuck soil back in at this stage and try and dig out going the opposite direction, because it just seems a bit futile doing that. So on I go, let's start chucking some muck back in.
Right, here we go. We've got lots of new, very, very long ones now. Do you want to use the very, very long ones?
Very, very long ones, please.
Okay, have a packet of very, very long ones. Don't need that bit yet.
Shall I go round?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there we have it. We've done something. We've created something.
I know it's going to be the prettiest mulch and wood chip bay in our locality in the mountains.
Yeah, I could definitely say it's taken a lot longer, with a lot more effort, and a lot of more materials than I ever thought possible to go into what was meant to be, and still is, I guess, a small mulch and wood chip area.
Yeah, but I think I've learned, I've made cane screening, and I'm now thinking of all the other places I can use cane screening as we go through our projects in the future.
I'm also thinking that I've started to try and dig out as much of the root from the cane as possible down by the river. I'm now thinking, let's just let it grow back, because we've just munched it.
Oh, I don't know. We've got
this.
plenty up the top.
You
that we can
think?
use. Plenty up the
Okay,
top.
but I've got plenty more other reasons why we could use more.
Yeah, but if you've seen, I've still got like half a ton to process anyway up the top. All the really long ones.
I still think we'll need more.
Okay.
But it's been great that we've been able to put it to good use, and I think this will last us a good few years now. And we've learned quite a bit when it comes to putting together our compost area, which will be over in the vegetable area once the French drain's done,
Yeah.
and once the fencing's completed.
Yeah. Chuffed to bits for that job. Job done.
Yeah. Fantastic.